Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action that's coming to you live on ITV4 from the Arena MK. Yes, welcome back to the Unibet Masters, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. In his third Masters, the winner of 3 PDC ranking events, Diamond Ian Wright. Ladies and gentlemen, it's never too late to get this party started. Snake by Peter.
Well, these two seem to play each other a lot. Snakebite also got a win over Ian Diamond White in the Worlds a month ago, and he was in great form at Ali Pali, something that Chris and John will be hoping to see from them here this weekend.
Yes, he did. He beat him in the last 16. 4-1. Peter Wright in 4th occasion, but Ian White on his day, very good player, solid player. From Stoke, 46 years old. He's not have a great 2016. But he's kind of underachieved a bit. He did have 3 Pro Tour events, which he did win, though, and included in that, all in Barnsley. He beat Michael van Gerwen in the final, 6-0.
Yeah, some ridiculous average as well. I just checked my notes, but I've got it somewhere.
Peter Wright, world ranked number 3 now, 3 times a TV finalist, and 4 times in World Series finals, and in 6 of those 7 finals, the man he's lost to has been Michael van Gerwen, but he says he's in good nick. He was telling me yesterday he's had 4 9-darters in the last 2 weeks in practice.
Yeah, he's some minor adjustments with his darts, a slightly lighter flight and a little bit of a point change and some grip movement on the barrel. And he says, well, we know he's tinkered and he's changed over the last few years from bulbous darts to thin darts to long barrels, but he feels these are the ones, and as you said, John, 4 9-darters in the last couple of weeks.
He works immensely hard at his game, Peter Wright.
Harder than anyone I know. Polar opposite to Gary Anderson.
that was extraordinary, absolutely amazing.
There's no. I think we both said it at the same time. There's no finer player to watch in full flow and hitting everything. It's just so easy on the eye.
I've got a mate who likes a little investment on the outcome of darts matches, and I said, well, it could be a bit of a banana skin, that one, for Gary tonight, because Benito, good thrower, and Gary's not picked up a dart. He's got a bit of a cold. You know, and he goes out and plays like that.
Well, everything pointed. Tremendous. I did the same. Everything pointed to a bit of a dodgy game for him, because, you know, Benito, a young player, would have been away putting in hour after hour, and every now and then he does pop up with a with a really great performance. So, you know, we all feared there for Gary, but as it was, he's just turned up and blitzed him.
Yeah. I remember at the PDC annual dinner at the Dorchester, what's that, a couple of weeks ago, and Gary said to me there he didn't like what happened in that final. He said, "This is going to be my year. Things are going to be different this year."
Yeah, he's adamant that he's
going to made a good start, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's going to graft hard this year and put a few. Not that you can say he's a back-to-back world champion, so it's just about putting the wrongs right in other events and trying to pick up more major titles. But you know, you'd think the match play with one of them, but that's not one of his favourite hunting grounds.
Well, Peter Wright has effectively taken the throw here in this opening leg, and he's just looking to tee it up here. Well, that's a handy visit.
71 left after 12 thrown.
Will the snake bite tonight? Well, we will see.
I don't know, I'm not drinking one though.
No, both of us had a slightly dodgy experience in a restaurant last night. I won't mention the name of it. That wouldn't be good. But
or the outcome.
Yeah, felt as though I'd been hit in the stomach by Mike Tyson when I got up this morning. Good dart.
14 dart leg.
Second leg played in the front first. Game on.
So a solid start for Peter Wright. And looking good, isn't he? So relaxed up there on a big stage now, isn't he? He's a different guy to, I know we say it every time, but it's worth reiterating. For sort of, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, he's a different player completely now.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, I remember him making his debut against Richie Burnett at the BDO World Championships, and he had something about him then. He was well known. He'd won plenty of, you know, the smaller unranked opens, but yeah, he reinvented himself and went away, and he was a long-time practice partner of Merv King, and eventually sort of stepped out of his shadow and has now got himself up to number 3 in the world.
Well, if you go on stage looking like that, you've got to be able to play.
Yeah, you've got to have some bottle.
96.
Moving nicely in this leg. Very impressive start to the match from Peter Wright.
Oh, looks so comfortable.
His wife Jo, as ever, will have been working on the
Barnet.
tonsorial excesses, aka the Barnet. Good darts. First maximum of the match for Ian Wright. Ian White, rather. Ian Wright, Peter Wright.
Right.
Wright and White. Here we go. Bullseye.
96.
Good weight. Just lost the line.
140.
2 treble 20s, double 10, or treble 20. And if he's not lying well, he may go tops, but yeah, stayed there.
Well then, Wright for 2-0.
And back-to-back 14 dart legs.
We'll fancy this big time. We'll look for double 8. Here we go. Double 4. Well, he'll take that. Very solid.
Didn't matter whether it was done in 2 or 3. Still a chalk next to the right name and leads 2-0.
Playing for the Wrights to face Philip Taylor in the next round. Good win for him earlier on. And if you're just joining us, good win from Barney as well, accounting for Dave Chisnell.
Yeah, he threw well, didn't he?
Very.
100 average, but did it in a canter. Looked effortless.
How about that? First maximum for Peter Wright. Russ Bray, the referee, roaring his stuff. Quite quietly spoken away from the stage, you know, Russ. I suppose it's just as well, isn't it, to all have perforated eardrums.
And he'd have a really sore throat.
83.
So there's a lot of boxing announcement, isn't he?
He does over in Germany.
In Germany, for the Sauerland brothers, I do believe.
That's handy. Second maximum. Needs to get a foothold on this match.
60.
Well, he had 6 from 238, and he's not left himself on a finish, so White has a good chance here.
He has now. 19 leaves tops when he returns, which he will do. No finish for Peter Wright.
Lovely setup.
Yeah,
lovely setup. So Wright, just to try and put a bit of pressure on.
Pressure of a flat tyre.
I think well, it's not exactly the towel gone fluttering in, but I don't think he exactly produced the eye of the tiger there. Good dart.
13 dart leg for White. Very clinical.
White's Pro Tour wins. He beat Michael van Gerwen, Joe Cullen and Benito van der Pas last year. 7 ranking titles now he's got to his name. He's been around a while, hasn't he? I mean, if you sort of dig around and research, you see photographs of him with big hair.
Yeah,
he used to be a hairy unit, didn't he?
Yeah, he played Phil Taylor in the final of when they brought back the News of the World briefly.
A few others who had big hair back in the day, didn't they, Chris?
Yeah, leave it, John, leave it.
Relation? I think not, more of a tribute. There is a whole posse of Wright family and supporters in the VIP area.
Yeah, all dressed up accordingly. Another 180. Cool. A real big part of the White game is his power score, and it's a lot of 180s when he's in top form. Awkward, low in the bed, finds it. Squeezes the advantage of using very thin darts like knitting needles.
A pair of them are averaging over the ton. White over 104.
And trailing.
Well, that's a pretty good ton, isn't it?
Unfortunate. Treble that. Yeah, leaves a reasonably easy finish for these guys.
White 6 TV quarterfinals, but he's never gone beyond that. 104 then, let's see if he can put this away. Treble 18 still required.
A chance here. White to break the throw and put us back on serve. There you go, 19s first. 12 for double 16 for Desmond 2-2.
69.
But not. So double 4 then. Peter Wright for 3-1. Opportunity missed for White there. Double 2. And there it is. Makes him pay. Might be being outscored, but he's 3-1 up.
That break of throw.
Break after this next leg, so imperative for White to win this one, or Wright will be starting to feel that he's not exactly got him by the jugular, but he'll feel as though he's got a pretty firm hold on it.
Yeah, start to feel comfortable and just worry about the legs on his own throw and just try and pressure,
57.
constantly pressure the White throw. Players love this format. Best of 19, nice long race. Plenty of time to settle into your game, get used to the throw. Third 180. Averaging 105.39 and trailing 3-1. If you think we were playing set play, that would be the set over, and Peter Wright only 10 points behind on the averages. That's why I prefer match play.
100.
White continuing to pepper the 20s. He's averaging over 105 against Wright's 97.
Well, minimum requirement 140 to leave 170.
Or 180, even better. You can see what it meant to Peter Wright as he went to collect the darts from the board.
Well, they're matching the stats by the opening 5 legs of the Chisnell-Barneveld match. They hit 6 180s in the opening mini session. Still a chance.
It's on now. Bullseye for 126. Wrong side of the wire. I think he thought that was going in. Now then, 130.
420s. Ball. Another one of those leaves double 5. Make sure of the 20 though, and ball.
Bullseye then for 4-1. Well, both of them going close. Who wants it? Both on 25. And it'll be first dip for Ian White from Stoke-on-Trent for 3-2 and a hold of throw. Double 4. Good dart. It was a must-take. He duly did so. Peter Wright, though, with the break of throw still, he has the 3-2 advantage, and Wright has to try and hit back. Peter Wright leads the stage, leading 3-2. Welcome back to Milton Keynes, first round action in the Unibet Masters. And Ian White is playing here for the 3rd consecutive year. 2015, he lost to Adrian Lewis. 2016, he lost in the first round to the man he's facing here tonight, Peter Wright. And Peter Wright with break of throw, leading 3-2. Is it going to be a hat-trick of first round reverses for Ian White? Not a lot between them statistically. In fact, White has been actually outscoring Peter Wright, but he's got that all-important break.
Yeah, it's just them moments, them big moments. White's looked really dominant while Wright's been sort of left back on, you know, big shots or 200 plus.
This is a nice response to a maximum, isn't it? How about that? Very good.
Anything you can do. Peter Wright does still have that all-important break of throw, which he does need to win this match.
99.
Right, first to the finish. He needed a bull or a 25, and he made a bit of a hash of that with the last dart. $18 getting him on to the finish there. 20 would have left him on a bogey number. 143 then, right. Treble 17 for double 16. Working out where he's at. Bullseye, would you think, Chris?
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Or a 5.
Yeah. I think he just was caught twixt in between there, wasn't he? Changed his mind several times mid-flight.
Well, he's going to get another go. 61 this time for 4-2.
Requires 61.
Go 25, and I think he's going to go 15. Oh, good dart, double 8.
45.
Well, he did the hard part.
Yeah, his brain's a little bit scrambled, I think. A bit, well, it looked scrambled, didn't it?
19 his first dart, 20 for tops. For 3-3, the break of throw. Oh, that's a big miss.
Yeah, in the context of this match, it could be massive because break a throw, back on serve again, and advantage White. This is really awkward. Yep, has to adjust his line of sight. And that's a fabulous start. I can assure you he's moved 6-7 inches across the hockey from his normal position to come around those previous 2 darts that were blocking.
And the result being now that he's got that 2-leg cushion again.
Yep.
134.
You're chasing, eventually it exhausts you, and you have that one poor leg, and the 2 cushion soon becomes 3, and then a holder throw soon becomes 4.
100.
As we approach the winning line of 10 legs, soon gets there really quick when you are chasing. He's just going to run out of legs.
Some players are great watchers of the action, others are not. I wonder what Phil Taylor's doing at the moment, because he's the one who's going to be playing the winner of this one. I suspect he'll be having a meal.
No, I'd say
He'll be watching.
Yeah, he'll be watching this.
80.
Back at the hotel, chilling, and probably enjoying his victory, which was very impressive.
Yeah, he was under pressure against Michael Smith, wasn't he?
Yep.
Smith got on a bit of a roll at one stage, and Phil dug deep and prevailed.
Just look,
And look at that.
5th 180. Yeah, he looked very comfortable with the new barrels.
In the required 47.
Peter Wright, quarterfinals in the last 2 years, lost to Phil Taylor last year. So double 16 for 4-3.
11 dart leg as well, John.
Very good.
105 average.
And losing.
Yeah. That's why sometimes stats are so deceiving. When Wright's had a really poor leg, it's been poor. But White's been there or thereabouts on Wright's good legs, hence he's so far ahead in the averages. Average in 50% strike rate on his doubles.
Stats can tell fibs, can't
They
they?
certainly can. No more so than in this game.
White's been out doubling him as well.
The only area he's not been outplaying him is 140s, full 140s to Wright to White's 3. Apart from that, it's 8-ton pluses for Ian White and 5 180s for Ian White to Wright's 4.
Could be another.
Out the dozen.
Well, he is flying here.
So are they. He has to come down. Trouble 19.
What a goal.
Yeah, leaves 126. Same for White here. If he hits full 20s with his first 2 darts, he will have to come out for an 18. May go 18s now. 4 18s would leave 170.
So back comes Peter
Went
Wright.
to a block target. Don't get that.
19's the target here.
May not. Yeah, no point. No finish for White. If he did it the 4 19s to leave ball, he wouldn't be going for it. So
Why bother?
yeah.
52.
Problem is with it is your instinct is to just constantly to want to take it out.
It's not lying too well, having to work his way along the hockey. And that is not what was required. So 74 for Wright for 5-3 for that 2-leg advantage once more. 20 for tops.
54. He only require 149.
This could be a game changer. Trouble 20, trouble 19, double 16. Might as well stay there.
100.
Good last start, so a couple of 10s for Peter Wright. Another opportunity to make it the 2-leg buffer. There it goes. 5th double out of 14 attempts. Being outscored, finishing not as good as Ian White, but he's winning the match. He's 5-3 up. Another 5 legs required. Great shooting again.
Yeah, great cover shot, wasn't it? And he's scoring really well.
Been a very good standard of darts all the way through the evening. Sometimes in first round matches they don't really hit the heights, but all the matches have been impressive. Gary Anderson statistically the most impressive, and I think aesthetically as well, but all the matches have been impressive.
More so considering that we've had this, you know, near on month break from the last competitive darts these lads would have played. You know, a few of them would have been doing some exhibitions, but a lot of them would have made the most of having a few weeks off. Come back fresh, but obviously you can tell with Peter Wright, he's been away working, as always, hard on his game.
Is he the hardest practicer of the lot?
I would say so, yeah. I can't think of anybody that puts as much effort into not only his preparation but also the tinkering with the tungsten. He's constantly looking for that perfect dart. Where before, if we wanted to adjust something, it would be a long process of sending them away and then getting them adjusted, and they come back and then it wouldn't be quite right. Now it's a next day thing. He can call up his manufacturer and someone will sit there on a lathe and do effectively what he wants, and they're back with him the next day.
So 141 now.
Where do you require 141?
Treble 20, treble 19, double 12, normal way to be doing it. Can't be done now.
65. Here do you require
Well, going that way, he's basically guaranteed a minimum of one dart at a double. They've gone for a 19 and left 82. You're effectively still in the same boat unless you get a bounce out. Treble 10 to leave double 16.
90.
So 76
for
for Peter Wright. Treble 20 is looking for the double 8 finish. This for 6-3. And another
and a
break.
three-leg buffer.
Another break of throw beckons if you can put this away.
56.
Raise the wire.
Yep.
Here you require 52.
Missed tops in exactly the same place on the bottom wire in the previous leg. Did get another go to take out the 2 10s. Will he get it this time? That's only just in the 12. Oh, used the marker well.
So hanging on in there. Pegs another one back, but there's still the break for Peter Wright. Break at the end of this leg. So kind of self-evident that it's a particularly important one. What White would give to be going back on level terms, but that puts the odds against it.
Oh, reaching that sort of pivotal moment, aren't we, in a match which is the best of 19. Our averages are slowly but surely coming closer together. White, for the first time in quite some time in this match, is now averaging less than 100, 99.
Against Wright's 96 or thereabouts.
It was a fair bit more than that until that ropey 41. Back comes White. What he would do for a 180 now is 7th.
Brilliantly done. So Peter Wright now has to dig in. How will he respond? Well, that's not lying well, but there's space. Not quite.
He had a little target area there and tried to force it in. Just about holding on to throw. Not now.
That was a great last dart, wasn't it?
320 and 6 darts. 180 to leave tops. That's exactly what we'll be thinking.
Here we go, and there it is. See the snarl as he pulls the darts out. Now, big one for White, 138.
The Deller.
Keith Deller, 1983 world champion. 138 was what he got. And it's not quite the doddle which some commentators would have us believe.
85.
Tops then for 6-4. Should be a good marker. And he used it well, good adjustment. And Peter Wright again gets the check out that matters and keeps that buffer, keeps the break, and leaves the stage leading Ian Wright by 6 legs to 4.
White the more solid, I'd have to say, but Wright's just had a bit more flair at times and then gone off the boil in some legs and been left wanting.
81.
But Wright has definitely got another couple of gears.
Ian Wright has never beaten Peter Wright in a televised match. It stands at 3-0 to Peter, all of them in the last 12 months. 10-5 overall in Peter Wright's favour, and last time Wright won was last year in the Gibraltar Trophy when he beat him, what was it, 6-5 in the quarter-finals there.
Yeah, just nicked that one.
Never been to Gibraltar.
I lived there for a few years. It's a lovely spot.
See the apes?
Yes. Well, in the winter, when there's not so many tourists there, they'll actually start to... It's his 6th 180 of this match. Yeah, they'll start to come down into the shops and raid your houses. And yeah, they're fairly brave. They're not worried about humans.
Feisty little things.
Yes,
as well,
they are.
aren't they?
Macaques, I do believe they're called.
100.
Used to stay in a hotel for the darts over there. It was quite late in the year, and they would literally come down onto your balcony, and if you dare left your door open in the hotel, they would be ransacking your room, looking for...
Nick your shirts, looking for your hair gel.
Well, no, it was Pringles and peanuts mainly in my room.
116 when Wright returns.
And no pressure.
Break of throw. He's got 6 darts.
116.
For the double break. 419s for tops. Just a little adjustment. In it
He's
goes.
got it. He's got it. Well, this is now for 7-4, double top. Oh no, that is a big break. That might be the definitive moment of the match so far. 7-4, double break. It's big advantage to Peter Wright now.
And he'd learned from his previous attempts at tops. He was always just under that wire, and you could tell he just made that slight adjustment, slightly sort of overthrown it,
60.
and then it sailed. He's almost like on the leash at the moment, isn't he, Peter Wright? Just waiting to find a streak to put 3 really good solid legs together that we know he's more than capable of, that we've seen many times over the years.
He's sort of prospering and winning the match despite himself tonight.
Absolutely. Both averaging 98 now. This is a problem. The White game's been affected from constantly trying to chase down
60.
that lead of Peter Wright's.
Peter Wright with the advantage of throw in this leg, and
Already
8-4 beckoning.
Yeah.
80.
It's unfortunate.
Is it the treble wire?
I think
Too sure.
the flight, they hit the quarter flight of the previous dart, and that just took the energy out of the third dart.
Looking for maximum number 8 and getting it.
8 180s, only won 4 legs. Stays down there.
That's a quality response, Chris.
The 5 19s would have left 170. And the 7, 132. I was thinking, not just a game of skill, it's a game of math.
All the fancy dress here in preponderance as ever. Party atmosphere here in Milton Keynes. Never been here, we're just by the side of the football ground, right in the middle of Milton Keynes, where MK Dons play. 132 then for Wright, looking at the bull.
Poor dart. Trouble night. Oh. Well, I think he realised then he miscounted. No, he wanted 97, so treble 19 for tops. But
this is an important visit for White.
he's going to get 2 darts.
Great first dart, that treble 10, double 18, a double 16, and in it goes. Beautifully done.
Yeah, very important.
13th leg, Ian to throw first. Game on.
Come on, he says to himself. Still got to believe. Wright still got to get across the line.
Nicely poised. Should be 7-6, and then we're going to have a little bit of a tussle on our hands.
Wright has had twice as many darts at a double as White. 7 out of 18 against 5 out of 9, look. And he's still winning the match. Not often you see that.
No.
Again,
Don't even ask me to explain.
foolish over-reliance on stats, eh?
Well, sometimes they tell all. Most of the time they tell lies.
That wasn't the visit that White would have hoped for, and Wright's jumping all over it.
Threatening the White throw.
Bit of refreshment going down as ever in the auditorium. Late in the evening. Some people, I'm told, have had more than one.
81.
Megan, it's going to stay there. Should switch now. Oh, risky.
Paid off though. And he's going to respond potentially in the best possible fashion to that break which White achieved in the last leg.
Treble 18 leaves 170.
Right, 19.
6 darts. Yeah, well,
not necessarily.
It went pear-shaped last time. He opted for the safe route, so it's happening again.
History repeating itself.
Yeah, there we go.
Left himself on 77 last time. This time has left himself on 84. When potentially 3 darts could have knocked it off.
Yep. No real pressure on the 84. Oh,
47.
That's ordinary.
Who do you require?
84 for 8-5.
14 ball. He's thinking about risking it.
Might not.
Well,
not.
64 left, so 16s. No, he's going for it. Didn't want to take a chance, but again, he just lost his rhythm there and his tempo by second-guessing himself.
There was part of him saying, I don't really need to go for this.
Well, I don't
because
understand the player who doesn't
157.
look at the score before he approaches the board, knowing, and then you get it in your head, right, 157, I'm either going to, send him out a message saying, I don't think you can get it, and take the risk, or you go for it.
Is he going to get away with it, though? 42. Double 16 now for 8-5. And he does, so also much hot air. Leg taken nicely anyway.
Game on.
Well, it just shows where he is sort of mentally at the moment in this match. He looks frustrated and angry.
60.
And again, a look of disgust as he makes his way forward. Not happy. Where is it?
Yeah.
He knows he's been playing brilliantly in practice.
And he was. I was up in between the matches while the other lads were doing the comms. I just had a quick 5 minutes and a chat with him about the new darts, or the adjustments to the new darts, and the different in microns of the thickness of the flight. And
Might be adjusting again.
well, the thing is, the heat changes everything up there with the flight of the dart. It's a slightly different atmosphere, and they tend to, with all the...
It was chilly early on, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
And I don't know...
I think they go through the air quicker if it's colder, I think. It sounds a bit technical for tossing tungsten, doesn't it?
Maximum number 8 for Peter Wright, equaling up the 8 which Ian White has scored.
16 in the match.
Big numbers.
Yeah, it's great scoring.
There'll be some physicist out there who's going to be able to tell us that. I know when temperature's warmer, the air will hold more moisture potentially, won't it?
Yes. Maybe Brian Cox is watching.
Well, if he is, he can probably tweet us and let us know what we really should be saying about this. That's another poor dart from Peter Wright. It's a key moment. So 6 darts from here for Ian Wright for another break. Important last one.
Oof, not half. We've seen a 1-1-6 in this match from Peter Wright. 25 at treble 15 or treble 7. What a good call, Mason.
27.
116 then. Is this going to be a good finish? No.
Oh dear, not now.
Rhetorical question answered at the first possible moment with a not very good dart.
54.
14 for tops.
Still within 1.
Well, that's 9-5, 1 more required. He's toughing it out. Horrible Americanism, but you know what I'm coming from.
Exactly that. That's exactly what he's doing. This has been a battle. More so against himself than Ian White. Both averaging just shy of 96 now.
Is it going to be maximum number 9? Not this time, but another solid visit from Wright.
I'll take that. I'll take 3 of those and 81 out, I can assure you.
White at the point of no return. He's got to just take everything from here on in. Another 140 and he'd be in a bit of a mess.
Looks on the cards.
There you go. What's he going to do? Another one and then 81 left, and thank you very much, Bob's your uncle. 12 darter.
11 darter, thanks very much.
11 darter, yeah.
Get me out of here.
100.
Well, he's moving towards it. Is it going to be taxi for White?
And that's how you feel sometimes when you're out there. You just want to get off and regroup and start again tomorrow. Well, maybe tomorrow, won't it? For
How about this? What a time to be producing that. 9 darts, 41 required. The 11 darter beckons.
Well, we suggested an 11 darter, but we didn't say. We more thought of 3 140s than this route. But
so for the match, 41, 9 the first port of call. Now double 16. Oh, wrong bed.
double 9.
White breathes again.
Yeah, he'll have to go ball first on this shot. 25 leaves 110, treble 20 ball. And if he hits the ball, he'll have options. 45 for tops. Well, treble 20. It's an awful lie. I don't even know if you can see it. Nip 1, pearl 1.
What a great effort that was. What a great effort. So Wright again for the match.
Not a nice double, this one.
He's not going
No,
for it.
it's
Double
slipped.
8. There it is. Peter Wright. He had the match toughness to outstay Ian White. White threw some big numbers at him, but Peter Wright, he showed again why he's risen to number 3 in the world rankings and has taken his place in the next round, where he's going to be facing Phil Taylor. 1 to savour maybe. He's beaten Ian White by 10 legs to 5. Well played.
Peter Wright has lined up a second-round match with Phil the Power Taylor after seeing off Ian White in the opening round of the Masters tonight. 10-5 the final score. But he didn't always have it his own way tonight, with similar averages there of 96 and 95. Peter had 25 double attempts, put away 10 of them, hitting 9 maximums. So he is safely through. Confirmation of the other results tonight, as that was our final match of the opening round. Earlier, Barney saw off Chizzy. Very high quality match. And Phil Taylor beat Michael Smith. Gary Anderson in blistering form against Benito van der Pas. And Peter Wright safely through. And we are very pleased indeed to have Snakebite up here with us alongside Alan Warren a little. You're very welcome. Congratulations. You looked a little bit frustrated up there at times tonight.
Yeah, I was struggling. Obviously, I don't know, performing up there, to be honest. My practice has been going really, really well, but it wasn't quite happening up there. Obviously, I was watching the other guys earlier on. Phil, seeing he's retiring, still averaging millions, and then Gary going up, averaging fantastic, 109 average as well, and I wanted to go up, try and please the crowd for the guys who stayed and watched, and I was disappointed in a way, but I've been practicing since the World Championships. Ian White's doing exactly the same. He's like me. It's like when I get beaten by Michael Van Gerwen and Gary Anderson all the time, doesn't mean you're going to beat me next time. It means we go back to the ball, we practice hard, and that's, he come back, he played, Ian White can play a lot better than that, we all know that, but, he's, sorry, I keep going, but, he practiced hard, and the amount of 180s he hit, and he played the more Ian White game that he can on TV, which is very hard to do. And it's going to be dangerous in a couple of months, and the next TV tournament that he's in, maybe UK Open or whatever, he's going to be very dangerous because he's going to be practice. He's like me. I'm not happy number 3 in the world. I want to be number 1 in the world, but it's a long journey. Yeah,
well, you saw him off tonight, but Phil Taylor tomorrow. What's the reaction to that news when you're in the practice room earlier? Did you know it was coming? Do you know that Phil's going to say this was his last year?
I didn't hear exactly what he said, but obviously he's I think something like he's cutting down on the tournaments.
No, he said the World Championship, January next year, that will be his last PDC tournament.
So what he's doing, he's going to do this year then, he's going to do Michael Van Gerwen, win every single tournament. All right?
He's playing mind games with you, Pete. He's playing mind games with you. He's done it all his career.
Exactly. He's going to clear up all the tournaments and go, thank you very much. Cheers, lads.
Yeah. And then carry on.
and then carry on. I might do it for one more year. So yeah, no. Phil's amazing, and whatever he's set in his mind to do, hats off, respect to him. I love him bits, and I looked up to him, and I still do.
Can't argue with that. I feel underdressed.
I see your wife Jo has been poorly this week. Good to see that she's out of hospital, because I wonder how you'd have shown up had she not have been fit for tonight.
No, Jo didn't do this. My daughter done this, Naomi.
Are you kidding me?
Nope, Naomi done all this.
Jo's actually dispensable after all. This is a little bit concerned, isn't it?
No, seriously. Naomi, my daughter, she done all this.
That's phenomenal.
So thank you very much.
It's going to be a family trait, hasn't it? It's going to be. It works well for you. Under all of the showmanship, you still get up there and do a professional job, which is what you've kind of progressed your career on, because you do produce a really good standard up there. And we always talk about the next tournament's around the corner. You always feel like that, and we do as well.
Yeah, it was always hard in the beginning when we started it. Obviously, like, here's this crazy clown wearing silly clothes and stuff like this, being totally different from the other guys. And obviously, I used to get from the commentators, so he should spend more time practicing than he'd having his hair done. But I'd already done all my practice and everything, so it's like, it will come through in the end, because I believe, I can make it. and I ain't finished.
Underneath all that, I mean, there
Underneath
is the professional person there that really
Yeah.
gives himself the best chance when he gets up there.
Yeah. It's when it's not on, I'm a scaredy cat.
Oh, we
I'm
shall
really
see.
nervous when it's a couple of times not been on, and it's like, where's that person?
It's like your
gone?
mask, isn't it, almost?
It's really crazy.
Yeah, well, you've reached 5 semi-finals in a row. This could well be your 6th this year. We shall see. We wish you all the very best. You're
Thank
playing Phil Taylor tomorrow. Wish him all the best for it, by the way, if he's watching as well.
Yes.
But thanks very much for joining us tonight, and good luck on
Thank you very
Sunday.
much. Thank you.
Cheers, Peter. Well, Michael van Gerwen is in action tomorrow night, and he's won the last 2 Masters tournaments, despite Phil Taylor's best efforts in the semi-finals 12 months ago. Let's remind ourselves of that classic match now. We join the action with Taylor leading 9-8.